Hey guys, John Man here for new deck of the month for August, and this one is Junk and Debris Frogs. So, let's get going. First we have two Treeborn Frog. He's a necessity for the deck because he gives you an extra level when you need it. He just also serves as a chump blocker because he keeps coming back as long as you have no Spiral Trap cards in your back row. Other than that, he's just here for an extra level and chump blocker. Two Dupe Frogs. Great card for the deck for multiple reasons. One, we're not running 3 because we're not running Substitute because it's banned. So, but 2 is still good because it allows you to search your frogs from your deck, and 2000 defense is nothing to laugh at, especially in a level 2 monster with a decent effect, and it gives you a plus when it's sent from the field to the graveyard by means of effect or battle. The only way it doesn't work is if you tribute it or synchro with it. So, in those cases, otherwise, or in any other case, you would pretty much get the search regardless from your deck or graveyard. It has to be a frog monster except for Dupe or Frog the Jam. I don't know why, but for some reason Frog the Jam doesn't count. He's a loner. So otherwise, I mean, he's still great because you can create the Dupe block if you ever had the chance to. It's just that awesome. 2 Unifrog. In most cases, if you have Treeborn and a grave right away, and it comes onto the field, if this card attacks directly, and you can attack your opponent directly, even if they have monsters, if the attack is successful, you can then destroy a Spiral Trap card your opponent controls as long as you control a frog with a different name other than Unifrog or Frog the Jam. But I mean, still 400 poker, and if they have wetlands, if your opponent is playing wetlands, then you get 12 bonus. But sadly, that's situational. Flip-Flop Frog. I want another target for Dupe Frog because I felt that Unifrog and Swap Frog were not enough. Plus, this allows me to bounce a monster if I have if I flip him or they attack him, and then I get an additional bounce for each frog that I control at that time. So, 2 Swap Frog. He's here just to get Unifrog or Treeborn to the grave right away, and he's 1000 attack, real nice for level 2. And just other than that, he's just here to get Treeborn to the grave or Unifrog, and he'll be more important later on. I'll show you why. But otherwise, he's just a kind of mini beater, as I would say. 1 Dandylion. I'm not playing Titanio or Lonefire, so that's the only reason why I'm running 1. 2, if you feel like they need to run 2, go ahead. But otherwise, I find 1 to be good. You can bring it back with a monster I'll show you later. Otherwise, he blocks 3 attacks actually, which is the initial one himself, and then the 2 tokens he spawns. Otherwise, you're using them for his tokens and his level. Next, 1 Card Trooper. I ran this over Ryko Lightsworn Hunter. Reason why is because you can control how many cards you mill. He's a beater, and his attacking level will come into play. So, but otherwise, and he also allows you to draw a card. So if you set him, opponent attacks him, or he's destroyed somehow and sent to the graveyard, you get a draw card. So, I mean, it's still a plus. 1 Sangan. You have a total of 15 targets, so why not run him? 3 Junk Synchron. He is the part where Junk and Debris comes in. First off, he's your generic tuner, so just be careful on how you use him for the synchros. Other than that, I mean, he allows you have 8 targets. You actually have 9 in all, but 8 because your one Treeborn will come back to your field as long as you have the ability to do it. Otherwise, I mean, you have Dupe Frog, Unifrog, Flip-Flop Frog, Swap Frog, and that's in 1 Treeborn. And that's all you have for targets with this guy, and he's still good. So, level 3 generic tuner. And then, if I can get them all picked up here, you also have 3 Debris Dragon, your other tuner for your Junk and Debris name. You also have 8 targets, excluding the 1 Treeborn like I told you earlier. In this case, you don't have the Swap Frogs because Swap Frog is there's exclusives, I would say. Junk Synchron has Swap Frog, while Debris Dragon has Card Trooper and Dandylion, so they're exclusives to each other. It's another reason why I also run Quickdraw or Dandylion, because you get a plus off them in either one way or another. So, and since you cannot you cannot synchro with a level 4 material monster or a material monster that is level 4, so you have to synchro with level 1, 2, and 3 or 5 and higher, but in that case you can't make anything of level 10 yet, except for Trident Dragon. One Quickdraw Synchron. The reason why I run them is because you can make Drill Warrior or Junk Destroyer, and you can do that a few ways. And you can do it. Drill Warrior is easy because you can sync with Quickdraw and Treeborn for instant level 6 Drill Warrior. So other than that, he's just here for tuning, and it helps get you Treeborn to the grave and Dandylion to the grave faster. One Kaiser Shadow Monarch gives you some control in the game, allows you to move stuff that's bugging you. So, and he's a big beater. So, and you're on Treeborn, so it makes him easier to summon him. One Gores, since Darko is popular, you don't want be OTK'd, and he helps just give you he's a blocker, or helps you from being OTK'd. One Light Darkness Dragon. The reason I'm running this is because it gives you control for late or early game, and that's one reason why it's great. Also, you have, since you're playing Synchros in this deck, a lot of them, or not in this deck not in the deck, but you're playing Synchros, so it allows you to bring back a powerful one if needed, and it negates 4 cards at max of your opponents and your own if you play them wrong, but still great. Now to the spell lineup, we have Rhoda, Reinforcement of the Army. This will actually be tuning when we get it from Star Strike Blast, because getting Quick Draw is kind of important sometimes. So, and it also mills a card from top of your deck, tuning does. So it's that much better than Rhoda, but this is just a substitute until we get it. Otherwise, it searches out your junk synchrons. One Foolish Burial, your Card Trooper, Unifrog, Treeborn, or Dandylion dropper. The only way to get him to the grave faster, so why not? One Pot of Avarice. I don't play second for good reason, because I kind of drew it too many darn times, I would say. But otherwise, I mean, it's still a good card, and gets back your Synchros, gets back Light and Darkness Dragon or whatnot. One Double Summon. This allows you to play Lad easier, because it's sometimes a little hard to get out Lad. It's not hard, it's just a little hard. So if you summon, let's say, Junk, Synchron, or Debris Dragon, you bring back a monster, then you can just play Double Summon, summon Lad, or if you have Treeborn on the field already, summon a monster, play this, you get summon Lad. So, or you can set another Dupe Frog or summon another Dupe Frog and make a Dupe block, so it makes it easier to do plays that you feel are necessary. One Monster Reborn. This is awesome enough that I shouldn't have to explain why, of course. Everyone should know that. One Mind Control. Since they can Brain Control, it kind of affected the deck a little bit, but I was already playing Mind Control at that time anyways. But either way, Mind Control is nice because you're playing Junk and Debris Dragon, so it allows you to sync with your opponent's stuff, and just makes it easier. One Creature Swap. Since you're playing Unifrog, Dupe Frog, and Treeborn, it makes you can just take their opponent's higher stuff and give them the weaker stuff. One Enemy Controller, playing Treeborn once again, and it just I run this over Book Moon for the reason that I can steal my opponent's stuff and change their monster from actually defense to attack if I feel if it's right. One Scapegoat. This allows for easier synchro summons. It also acts as a blocker. If your opponent attacks, block their attacks. It's a stalling card. 2 MSTs. I don't feel adding the second MST to the list would replace Heavy Storm, but whatever. MST's MST and it's still good. So I'm gonna run 2 at 2 as long as we have the ability to run 2 of them. One Giant Grenade in the place of the taken Heavy Storm. So it's just here in the place of it. Otherwise that'd be Heavy Storm for sure. Now to the traps, I run the Transmigration Prophecy because I feel Debrisheim and Salvadad are going to be popular in this format, so if you take away their target when they normal summon that monster, you just, flip it, turn a monster, then their summon was sort of invalid, it's rather unusable, so it makes this card good. Also, it's in the place of the second MST, just because, or second Pot of Avarice, so you can bring it back and whatever you need at the time. One Geki Break. This helps get Treeborn Dandylion to the grave faster and allows you to destroy cards, so it's pretty nice still. One Compulsory. Since Dark Hole is a more popular card, or is going to be a popular card you're going to see in decks, I feel bouncing like Gores back to your hand will be nice because then your opponent can't OTK you when they think they would be able to. 2 bottomless trap hole, obvious, and Toronto Tribute. You know, destroy stuff. And then for synchro monsters, you're gonna need for sure are Drill Warrior, 2 Iron Chain, just because you need, you know, a level 6 dragon for the redragon, 1 Black Rose for sure, 1 Stars Dragon for sure, Junk Destroyer basically because you're running Junk, Synchron, and Quickdraw, so you can still make Quickdraw, or you can still use Quickdraw to summon this guy, and it's possible, and Colossal Fighter because he's awesome and he looks like Iron Man if you colored him red. So that's pretty much it, guys, and peace out.